Hey guys, in today's video, we are going to be going over the best gloves in CS2 for any budget that you might have. We'll be starting with a budget only at $50 and working our way up to well over $5,000. So let's get into the video. And just before we get started here, I wanted to let you guys know I now have my own Discord community where I'm in there helping you guys with skins, playing games with you guys, and we also do very frequent giveaways. So if you'd like to join, the link is in the description down below. And I did forget to mention that all of the gloves in today's video are going to be showcased and field tested, just because I feel like field tested gloves get you the most value for what you're spending. Starting with the $50 budget, I chose these Driver Gloves Racing Greens. Now a lot of people might think that these gloves are really ugly, but for this video I'm looking for gloves that have really nice potential for good knife and glove combos. And I believe the Racing Green gloves are one of the best for this category. These gloves only have one main color throughout them, and for this fact it makes it really easy to pair with a lot of different knife finishes. And on top of that, I just think they're really good, clean looking gloves. Even though they don't stand out a whole lot, I still love these gloves, and I think they are the best option for the $50 mark. So if you're working on a very tight budget and you want a nice, clean knife and glove combo, I think these are a great place to start. Next, for the $100 budget, I chose the Driver Gloves Queen Jaguars. Now there are a lot of good picks for the $100 budget, but I chose these just because I think they are the most stylish gloves for the budget. On top of that, you just never see them even though they look really nice. And as well, they don't even wear that much. You can get this in a high float field tested or even like a well worn or battle scarred and they'll still look really clean. They also have some amazing knife and glove combos that you can pair with these. And with all of that, you're paying less than $100. So I think these are definitely one of the best options for the $100 mark. For the $200 budget, I chose these Driver Gloves Black Ties. Now you're probably starting to see a reoccurring theme with driver gloves, and for a good reason. I think driver gloves are some of the most affordable but best looking gloves in the whole game, and black ties are no exception. With these gloves consisting of only black and white, it leaves so much room for amazing knife and glove combos. And they're also one of the few gloves in the game that have a matte finish to them, making them very unique. On top of all that, they're just really clean and they pair with just about anything you use them with. After knowing all of this, no wonder they're one of the community's favorite pair of budget gloves. That's why I think these are some of the best ones you can get for under a $200 budget. For the $300 option, we are again sticking with the driver gloves. We're moving on to the Imperial Plaids. With these even being this cheap, these are still one of my favorite pairs of gloves in the entire game. These are also one of the only two pairs of gloves in the whole game that are fully purple, and if you're not willing to spend a house payment on Pandora's gloves, these are a great option. I feel like there are so many nice looking purple finishes on knives these days, but not enough purple gloves to match those with. These are one of the most standout pairs of gloves in the whole game, and these only being at a $300 budget, I don't think you can beat that. So if you're looking for something for a purple knife and glove combo, these are going to be the best go-to pair you can possibly find. Jumping up to the $500 budget, we are looking at the Sports Gloves Amphibiouses. And I honestly cannot believe these are beneath $500. The light blue and white color scheme of these gloves work absolutely amazing together. And there are also tons of blue and white knives you can pair with these, making them very universal for tons of knife and glove combos. And on top of all that, these are also sports gloves, which make them look really clean in game. The only downside to these gloves that I can think of is the fact that they wear a bunch. Even low float minimal wear and factory new versions of this still have wear on the knuckles, which means when you have these in field tested, they still are going to show a decent amount of wear. But the pattern on the top of the gloves does do a decent job on hiding the wear of the knuckles. But besides all that, I do think these are one of the best pairs of gloves you can possibly find for a $500 budget. For the $750 budget, we have my favorite go-to gloves in the whole game, the Vice gloves. The colors in these gloves are so nice, they pop so much, and overall they just look really clean altogether. As well as all the other ones, these have some very nice combos to pair with them. But again, similar to the Amphibiouses, these have one downside to them, and that is the wear value on them. This common trend is pretty consistent among most sports gloves, but no sports gloves are going to be nearly as bad as the Amphibiouses. Because once you start getting up to minimal wear or even a low float field tested, the knuckles can become flawless. But even in high float conditions of the Vice gloves, they still contain a lot of nice vibrant colors. And I did put these in the $750 budget just because that's what most of them tend to sit around for mid-range field testing tested prices, but you can get them beneath 700 in higher float field testeds, but lower float field testeds tend to go up a lot, maybe closer to 1,000, maybe to 1,200-ish. But overall, I still think these are probably the best gloves in the game for the price. And if you're looking for something good, clean, and consistent under the $750 budget, these are definitely the go-to for that price range. For the $1,000 budget, I had a bit of a harder time choosing a pair for this just because there's not a lot of gloves that actually sit right around the $1,000 mark. But for this, I ended up going with the Sports Gloves Nox, specifically in a lower float field tested. But you can get these in a higher float field tested for a lot cheaper. And I ended up choosing these gloves just because they really go with any knife you decide to pair or play skin. This makes this specific pair of gloves really popular with everyone in the community. Although some people might not like these a lot just because they don't really stand out a whole bunch. But besides all that, I really do think these gloves are absolutely amazing just because of how many combos you can pair with it. There are tons of great black knife and glove combos, and you can really pair any knife with it, so it's a win-win overall. So if you're looking for a pair of gloves that don't stand out too much, but they have a lot of character to them, this is definitely a great option for those. Jumping all the way up to the $2,500 budget, for this I chose the Crimson Kimono Specialist gloves. These are definitely, in my opinion, the best red gloves in the entire game. And one of the biggest selling points on these gloves is the fact that they're pattern based. Not all Crimson Kimono gloves are the same. Some have more red than others, and some have more black on them than others. This makes them super popular collector's items in the community, and on top of that, you can make some insane knife and glove combos with these. The Crimson Kimonos have so much character to them, and the fact that they're so cheap after the crash, I mean, they used to be almost $5,000 before, but now you can get a good field tested pair for only $2,500. So I think these are just an absolutely incredible and special pair of gloves in Counter-Strike right now, because they pair with almost any red knife in the game, or you can even pair them with a black knife. The last budget here is going to be our high budget gloves, and these are going to be the Hedgemaze sports gloves, and these are over $5,000, but I think these are an absolutely incredible pair of gloves. There aren't many good green gloves in the whole game right now, and especially ones that don't look this good. These gloves stand out in games so much, and they can make some incredible combos with them. And yes, I could have chosen the Sports Gloves Pandora's Box for these, and they are absolutely amazing gloves. I just like the Hedgemazes just a little bit better. These gloves have a really nice pattern all over them with a lime green and white tone. They also don't wear nearly as much as some sports gloves, which means you can get ones with really clean knuckles even in high float field testeds. And on top of that, you just don't really see them a whole lot just because of how rare and expensive they are. I think besides Max Red Crimson Kimonos, these are going to be the highest possible tier of gloves you can possibly own in CS2, which in my opinion just makes them so much cooler. So if you have the budget for these, which probably a lot of people don't, these in my opinion are one of, if not the best pair of gloves in Counter-Strike 2 right now. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. I really hope it helped you guys pick some pair of gloves that you're thinking about getting. I know I did skim over a lot of really nice pairs of gloves, but I just found it really hard to choose just one for each category since there's so many good ones out there. Make sure to let me know what your favorite pair of gloves is down in the comments, and join the Discord. We are currently doing weekly giveaways, and I always love seeing new faces in there. But again, I hope this video helped you guys a little bit, and that's about it. Take care.